Hello everyone, in this video you will learn about crystalline form of carbon. Crystalline carbon occurs mainly in two allotropic forms, that is diamond and graphite. But here you will study about three crystalline form of carbon, that is diamond, graphite and fluorines. So here we will start with diamond. I hope most of them have seen diamonds. So how diamonds look like? Diamonds are actually transparent. If you have to differentiate between the real diamonds and the synthetic one, then how you will differentiate? So real diamonds are transparent to X-rays. Secondly, diamonds are crystalline substances. As I have told you, crystalline means those who have perfect arrangement. Means the substance which have the definite geometrical pattern. Okay, so diamonds are made up of carbon atoms, and the carbon atoms which are present in the diamonds are arranged in a definite geometrical pattern. That's why diamonds are crystalline substances. Third thing is that diamonds shine brightly. Okay, so diamonds shine brightly. Why? Due to the high refractive index. So the light that enters the crystal undergoes multiple reflection. This trapped light within the crystal makes diamond to sparkle. Okay, one more important thing is that you all have seen that diamonds are available in different colors. Why this is so? That depend upon the impurity. Diamond colors are depend upon the impurity present in them. So this impurity is actually in the form of metallic oxide. For example, emerald. It has green color. Why this is so? Due to the presence of impurity, that is chromium oxide. Next, black diamonds. Black diamonds contain copper oxide as impurity in them. They are extremely hard and are used for cutting other diamonds. Structure of diamond. If you look at its structure, so it forms a giant molecule. As you can see here, each carbon atom is surrounded by 4 other carbon atoms. So here you can see each and every carbon atom is located in the center, and they are forming a tetrahedral structure. As I have told you that each carbon atom is attached to 4 carbon atoms. So here I have made one structure here for you to explain. So here you can see this is the centrally located carbon, and it is surrounded by other 4 carbon atoms. Okay, so here you can see it is forming a tetrahedral structure. Okay, likewise, if you are taking this one as a centrally located carbon atom, so now this is also surrounded by rest 4 carbon atoms. Okay, so here you can see, suppose you are taking this as a centrally located carbon atom. Now this is attached to 1 carbon atom, this one. Secondly, you can make like this. Third, this one, and fourth, this one. So now this carbon become the centrally located carbon atom, and it is surrounded by 4 other carbon atoms, that is the 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay, likewise each and every carbon atom is attached to 4 carbon atoms, and like that they are forming a net-like structure. That's why we are calling that diamonds have a network structure or net-like structure. They are forming a tetrahedral structure also, you can say. So this network of carbon atoms extends in 3 dimensions and provides it a very hard or rigid structure. Next is hardest known substance. Why is diamond known to be the hardest substance? So why is it so? Due to the uniformity of carbon-carbon bonds. As you can see here, the bond length between the carbon-carbon is very small. Okay, the bond length, you can see this is the bond. Okay, which bond? That is, I have told you about the covalent bond. So the bond length between the carbon-carbon is very small, due to which the structure become very compact, very dense. Okay, and due to this covalent bond, what happened that the covalent bond is actually very strong. So as a result, there is a requirement of a large amount of energy to break the crystal. So that's why they have also the high melting point. So they are hardest known substance. Why? Because the bond length is very small and they are very compact, and we require a large amount of energy to break its bond, to break the crystal. So that's why they have high melting point. Okay, and they have also high specific gravity due to its compact, closed compact tetrahedral packing. Okay, due to high density, they have high specific gravity. And about the high refractive index, already I have explained you. Now next is the effect of heat. So diamonds are stable to heat, but it is destroyed by intense heat. As you can see, when diamond is heated at 800 degrees Celsius in the presence of oxygen. So here what form? That is the carbon dioxide. And when diamond is heated at 1600 degrees Celsius in the absence of oxygen, so they form graphite. Okay, so here in the presence of oxygen and here in the absence of oxygen. Okay, now one more point is there, that is the bad conductor of electricity. So diamond is a non-conductor of electricity. As I have told you that in carbon there are 4 valence electrons. Okay, so diamond has 4 valence electrons. So here all the 4 electrons, all the 4 valence electrons are used up in the formation of bonds. So now there are no free electrons, okay, present in the crystal, because all the 4 valence electrons are used up in the bond formation. And we know that electrons are responsible for conduction. So if there are no free electrons, so it can't conduct electricity. That's why diamond is a bad conductor of electricity.
Uses of diamonds. Diamonds are used as precious stones. Because of their intense brightness, it is used in jewelries. Secondly, it is used in high precision thermometers because of its extraordinary sensitivity to heat rays. Eye surgeons used sharp-edged diamonds to remove cataract from the eye. Diamond is used in protective windows for space probes, as it can keep out harmful radiations. Black diamonds are used in making laser beams in electronics. Being extremely hard, they are used as needles of record players, in drilling, as well as used for cutting glasses and other diamonds.